Well, when my mother was a little girl, she did have scrofula, and she was treated with herbally, but I can't tell you what herbs because she didn't remember. Nobody remembered, but the tuberculosis of the glands, of the lymph nodes, resolved. When I was a teenager, my dad had tuberculosis. And so we all had to get tested because you're right, you lose your patient rights. And I tested positive, but not active. And so my younger brother had testing and x-rays revealed that he had tuberculosis and the scars were there, but it had healed itself. And my dad had an active case. And at that time, you didn't have a choice. The sheriff gave him a week to get his affairs in order. And then they came and picked him up and they carried him to a TB sanitarium where he had to stay and take the drugs until it was resolved. My mother, who slept with my dad every night, didn't have it, didn't get it. And so the health department thought because she had had scrofula when she was a young girl, it had protected her from contracting the TB. Now, it turned out that unbeknownst to us, our cow had tuberculosis. And so we'd been drinking that cow's milk for years because we had a milk cow. We'd been drinking the milk for like 4 or 5 years and didn't know that we were drinking milk with TB bacteria in it. And so my dad, being the cow milker, he had been in the closest contact with a cow also, and with the milk. So we did do some herbal stuff, but we all had to take the drugs. And even if we didn't have an active case, we had to take INH drugs, which are pretty bad. We had to take them for 6 months and didn't have a choice. The police or the sheriff was involved. So I know that the milk remedy is a remedy. And I've often wondered if, because the body surrounds the tuberculosis bacteria and calcium and kind of, I guess, kills it. So the raw milk remedy was a common remedy growing up. My aunt actually died of tuberculosis when she was 21. My grandfather had tuberculosis when he was in his 70s. So there's a lot of history in my family around this illness, and I've done a lot of investigation into it. I do believe if the case is really early and really mild, that, they're mullein and elecampane and raw milk might be useful, but ultimately, if it spreads any at all, you have to do the drugs. And I would encourage anyone to do the drugs because I've seen what happened to my family when you didn't do the drugs. Like my aunt did not do the drugs and she died.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sad stories.
We don't know a whole lot about that. One thing, when it scars and that scars over, you never want to allow those scars to open up again. So you should always get calcium for the rest of your life. Or, my brother has drank milk his whole life. You gotta have calcium, because if you have a calcium deficiency, then the tubercle opens up again, and then it's no stopping it, and you die. So that's the main thing that old time herbalism or modern could still help with, and food. Thanks for joining us. Visit us at the Matthew Wood Institute of Herbalism.com.